कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारम् संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वत्सन्तं हृदयाद्विन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेश 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 गौरी गणेश उमा महेश पार्वती नंदन श्री 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 गणेश शरणं 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 गणेश शिवानंदन गणपति गणेश शिवानंदन गणपति गणेश शिवानंदन गणपति गणेश शिवानंदन गणपति गणेश गौरी गणेश उमा महेश पार्वती नंदन श्री 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 गणेश मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे हे मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया हे मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे हे मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया Bappa Moria Re,
Moria Re, Bappa Moria Re,
Hey Moria Re, Bappa Moria Re,
Moria Re, Bappa Moria Re,
Hey Moria Re, Bappa Moria Re,
Moria Re, Bappa Moria Re,
Hey Moria Re, Bappa Moria Re,
Moria Re, Bappa Moria Re,
Hey Moria Re, Bappa Moria Re,
Moria Re, Bappa Moria Re.
Jai 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 Ganapati Deva,
जय जय गणपति देवा,
Jai 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 Ganapati Deva,
जय 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 गणपति देवा।
गजानना हे गजानना,
गजानना हे गजानना,
गजानना हे गजानना,
गजानना हे गजानना,
गजानना हे गणपति देवा,
गजानना हे गणपति देवा,
गजानना हे गणपति देवा,
गजानना हे गणपति देवा।
जय 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 गणपति देवा,
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 जय 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 गणपति देवा।
Ganesh Bhagwan ki Jai. My dear friends, let us all put the hands together, close the physical eyes as we prepare for our discourse this evening. Om Sri Ganesh Bhagwan ki Jai. Devotees and friends, Sitaram to one and all, and welcome to this another evening of our devotion. Let us all put the hands together, close the physical eyes as we pray. Om Gajananam Bhutaganadisevitam Kapet Jumbo Palsar Bhakshanam Umasutam Shoka Vinashikarkam Namami Vigneshwar Parpankajam Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Saraswati Rupena Sanskritam Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaram Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurve Namaha. Nagindraharam Trilochanayam Bhashmangragaya Maheshwarayam Nityaya Shudaya Digam Marayam Tasmai Nakaraya Namaha Shivaya. Om Anjani Garbhasan Mukhum Vayu Putro Mahabam Kumaro Brahmachari Cha Hanuman Me Prasidhame. Om Bhur Bhuvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasyam Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nam Prachodayam. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Vidyam Karvavahe Tejasvina Parhitamastu Ma Vidvishabhahe. Om Shanti Shanti. No distribution of water. Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om. Prem se bole Shri Ram Chandra Bhagavan ki Jai. So, devotees and friends, the laws of listening to Katha is that we should not eat nor drink while Katha is taking place. When you're in the classroom, you can't chew a gum, the teacher will make you throw it out. You know, you can, if you want water, you need to get the permission and go and drink your water. I don't want you to get the permission. If you want some water, go into the kitchen and you will have it, drink it there, and come back outside. Don't have the bottle sipping right here. It's a form of disrespect to the Singhasan. So I think we have to start getting a number of things corrected. Prem se bole Shri Ram Chandra Bhagavan ki Jai. Prem se bole Shri Ram Chandra Bhagavan ki Jai. So last evening, my dear friends, what a wonderful katha we had last evening. You know? So Ravi, our katha was not good last night? All right, good. We go have to tell me about it afterwards. My dear friends, yes, we had a wonderful katha last night, and we came to understand last evening about Bharadwaj Muni and how the great saint Bharadwaj Muni, not expected, but how he allowed his mind to flip. Just as the young boys and the young girls, and sometimes the older boys and girls, men and women, allow themselves to flip and get their mind imbalance. This evening again, my dear friends, we are going to deal with another wonderful katha. I will have to shorten it as much as possible because this evening we have to do puja of Ganesh ji and we have to do Hanuman puja. And we have a number of people who will be setting their bedi home to do and perform this puja. So this evening, my dear friends, our katha taken again from Ganesh Puran tell to us, once there was a wonderful king by the name of Somakant. And somebody talking, Somakant, my dear friends, was a very wonderful king. He enjoyed ruling the kingdom. And so, my dear friends, after he ruled his kingdom for a little while, he became very ill. And he got that skin disease. What do you just call it again? Leprosy? I just can't, but you all know. I'll use the word skin disease. You all know how a very, very bad skin disease. And so, my dear friends, he was very, very concerned about this. It was so bad that he decided that he is going to leave the kingdom. They had one son by the name of Hemakant. And so, my dear friends, he taught and he called the ministers and so on, and they decided that they will now retire into the forest and see how much devotion really can help the skin disease. So he called his ministers and so on and told to them that he will give to the kingdom to the son Hemakant. He did not just give him the kingdom just like that. He taught to him, my dear friends, all the principles and techniques. He taught to Somakant, my dear friends, all that is necessary for a good king. And you all can remember very well those principles where it says that you wake very early in the morning. Last year I dealt with that in great details. You wake up before sunrise during the Brahma Muhurat period. And the Brahma Muhurat period is between 3 and 5 in the morning, or just about the sunrise. How many of us can live ourselves in the Brahma Muhurat hour? So it says to wake in the Brahma Muhurat hour, and then he gave all the Devis and Devtas to worship at that. And then he told to him, he says the code of conduct must be taken care of. And what were the code of conduct that he gave to his son to be the ruler of this kingdom? He says, worshipping the renowned saints of Lord Shiva. He says you must constantly keep working yourself towards preservation of dharma. And all those who are part of Dharam Ki Awaaz Seva Sabha, that is part of your duty. We are preserving dharma. And he says, you must be able to protect your material wealth. How many of you protect your wealth? Nicholson, protecting your wealth is not everything that you see you want to buy. That is not protecting your wealth. And our children love to do that. Whatever they see, they buy. Daddy, I have the money and I'll buy it. You know? But no, you must be able to protect your wealth. It means that you must be able to save some money. And then again he says, you must always live and bring happiness to others. You must always be striving for liberation by performing yajnas and invocation of the devas. And this was some of what he gave. And then, my dear friends, he retired to the forest as our katha commences for this evening. So you get a little introduction to where we reach. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai 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 Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai 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 Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai 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 Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Jai Ganesh, Jai Sri Ganesh Bhagwan. राजा ने उसने पूछा, तुम कौन हो, कहाँ रहते हो, यदि उचिता समझो तो मुझे बात हो। जय श्री गणेश, जय जय श्री गणेश भगवान। मुनि बालक ने कोमल वाणी में कहा, मैं महर्षि भृगु का पुत्र हूँ, मेरा नाम चयावन है, हमारा आश्रम निकट में ही है। अब आप भी अपना परिचय दीजिए। जय श्री गणेश, जय जय भगवान। राजा ने कहा, मुनि कुमार, आपका परिचय आपकार मुझे भरी। प्रसन्ना था हुई मैं सौरष्टं के देवघरम नाम कर ज्याम काम अधिपति रही रहा हूँ। जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। अब आपने पुत्र को रज्ञान देकर मैंने अरण्या की शरण ली है। मुझे कुष्ठाम रोग अत्यंता प्रधीता किए हुए हैं। उसके नेत्रे का होई आप या करने वाला हो तो कृपा कर मुझे भांत ही। जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान। मुनि कुमार ने कहा मैं आपने पिताजी से आपना मृत्यु था कहता हूँ। फिर वे जैसा कवि कहेगो आपको भात हूँगा। यहाँ कहा कर मुनि बालक चला गया और कुछ देर में ही आकर भोला रजन मैंने आपका मृत्यु आपने पिताजी को बात या उनकी अज्ञान हुई है कि आप सभा मेरे साथ आश्रम में चला कर उनसे भेंट करे। तभी आपने रोग के विषय में भी विचार किया जाएगा। जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय जय। श्री गणेश भगवान की। So my dear friends, Raja Somakant then went into the forest, he and his wife. And while they were there, my dear friends, on the bank of the river, there came a young boy. Raja Somakant seen this young boy and his wife seen the boy. They inquired from the boy who he was and what he was doing into the forest. And very politely, he answered them. And he told to them that he is the son of Saint Birgu. He didn't say, hey, sick man, what happened to you? Why you asking me my business? As most young people today may do. Very politely he answered. And what he answered? He gave his father's title first. I am the son of sage Birgu. Devotees and friends. And my name is Chawan. I came here to the forest, came here to the river to take water to the ashram. You know, today children, my dear friends, so many of us, as I always keep saying, that we should change the name of our children and put a middle name for them in their birth paper. And that middle name would be Just Now. When the parents ask the child to do something in the present day today, the first answer you get is just now. So Veer-san, I think we should put everybody name Veer, Just Now, Mahabir. All that song. Or Kandika, Just Now, Ramsumir. So devotees and friends, this was not the case with this boy, Chavan. Chavan immediately told them that he came here for water. For the ashram. Remember, the ashram would not have running water in the forest like what we are privileged to have today. Sometime to check the tank, if the tank empty or full, we just give trouble today. But my dear friends, remember, it was of my age. I'm a bit old, but I'm still young. We used to have to tote water from the standpipe. In this case, Chavan had to go to the river to get water to do the ashram chores. So he had a long discussion with the king and the queen. Back in the ashram, my dear friends, Sage Birgu and his wife became worried. And I want all the young children today who does use the wheels and go out. Chavan did not have a phone that he could have called his father and tell him, Pitaji, I meet up with two people in the forest here, and that is why I'm running late. Our children have the privilege of having iPhone, of having S10. Just now it might reach 15 and 20. Where they reach now, Dylan? What test? They reach 21 already? Right. So you see how backward I am. I remember in S10. It is S21 now. So they have S21 and I-15. But they still can't take the phone and call their parents home and say, I'm running a little bit late. And why they're running late? Because they have no good reason for running late, so they cannot call and say, because they will. The question will be asked, why? And because they can't answer that, they leave the poor parents home worrying. And then when they reach home, they're a little more vexed than the parent now too. Parent can't say a single word. You're ready to cut the throat. So back in the ashram, Sage Birgu, I'm talking about Sage Birgu, I'm talking about all you know. Sage Birgu and his wife were worrying about their son, Chavan. And when he reached home, they said, son, we find you take a little bit longer today. What is the cause? And parents, I want you to listen how Sage Birgu did it too. He didn't do it hostile. Very nicely he said, son, I find you take a little bit longer. What caused that? And my dear friends, very nicely and sweetly and lovingly, he started to explain to his parents what kept him back. What kept him back. And so, my dear friends, he told them the whole story, the whole katha about that king and his wife into the forest. Sage Birgu then told to the son, Son, I want you go and bring them to the ashram and we will see how we can help them. Prem se bole Sri Ganesh Bhagwan ki. Children, you see how it works? And those said that was a child long time. The child long time and the child this time is the same thing. The child long time had less privilege and not privileges, but less resources and technology than you have today. Be happy for your parents. Be happy that your parents are concerned. What took you a little bit longer? But no, we get angry. He went, my dear friends, and he brought Somakant and his wife. And they give them good shower, bathe, bathe, because the water had to come from the river. And they took the bath and so on, and they spent the night. And the very next morning, every single morning, my dear friends, Sandhya used to be performed. Now, one day a week self, we cannot offer one lota dhar and then go to work. We're too busy. Prem se bole Sri Ganesh Bhagwan ki jai. Jai Jai Ganapatim, Jai Ganapatim, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai 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 Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Bol, Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai 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 Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai Jai. Jai Sri Ganesh, Jai Jai Bhagwan. Jai Sri Ganesh, Jai Jai Bhagwan. Maharishi bole हे राजन, यहाँ तुम्हारे किसी पूर्व जन्म कृत पाप का ही ऊतया हो गया है, इसका उपयम मैं विचार करने भात हूँगा। आज तो तुम्हा सभा स्नान नदी से निकृतं होकर रात्रि विश्राम करो। जय श्री गणेश, जय जय भगवान। जय श्री गणेश, जय श्री गणेश, जय जय श्री गणेश, जय जय भगवान। महर्षि की अज्ञान नुसार सबने स्नान, भोजन अधिको आपरंता रात्रि भ्यातीत की और प्राप्तम स्यान नधी नित्या करे मोम से निवृत्तं होकर महर्षि की सेवा। जय श्री गणेश, जय जय भगवान। मैं उपस्थिता हुए महर्षि ने कहा, राजन मैं तुम्हारे पूर्वा जन्मा का दृतम था जन लिए है, और यहाँ भी विधिता कर लिए है कि किसा पाप के पौन से तुम्हें इस घृणिता रोग की प्राप्ति हुई है। यदि तुम चाहो तो उससे सुना ढूंढ। राजा ने हाथ जोड़ कर निवेदन किया, बड़ी कृपा होगी मुनीनाथ, मैं उसे सुनाने के लिए उत्कंठा हूँ। जय जय गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय 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 गणपति, जय गणपति, जय गणेश, जय गणपति, जय जय। ओम श्री गणेश भगवान की जय। So my dear friends, after King Somakant, Raja Somakant and his wife took their night rest, my dear friends, and in the morning, after performing their Sunday and so on, they performed devotion to Lord Vinayaka. Then they went and they do their devotion to the Rishi. They do their devotion to the Rishi. And then the Rishi start telling to him, he says, O king, in your previous birth, you were born in a tongue known as Kolanam. Kolanam, near the Vindhya mountain, as the son of Chitrarupa. Your father was a merchant, and his wife Sulochan, they grew you up, and then at your initiation, when they give to you the Janeu Samskar, they give you that name, Kamanta. So devotees and friends, Nam Samskar is a very important thing. Today, what is the normal 12 days ceremony when a Hindu child is being born? When a Hindu child is being born, the 12 days, you look for a goat, or you're minding a goat from the time the wife became pregnant, you're minding that goat for the 12 days. You have about a few birds in the backyard, that is for the 12 days. And you save some money that you could get a case or something. That is for the boys. And then you're having all your friends who just sing and think, they come in to sing Jai Jai Ganapati, you know. They come in to sing so that when you drink the thing and the drums start a beat, you must be dancing away. Does the child benefit from that? Does the child benefit from that? If I tell this to all my Hindu brothers and sisters, they would say, okay, I don't want you as a pundit. But my dear friends, our scriptures tell to us, impurity at birth and death is 10 days. 72 hours after death on the 10th day, which will make it the 13th day, the place become totally purified and Gita Path and so on is being done. 48 hours after the 10th day of the baby, that impure period, the baby mother is being bathed and the baby is being taken their bath and so on. And that evening, my dear friends, the place is fully prepared for Ganesh Bhagwan Puja. Ganesh Puja must be done, and there the name of the child will be announced to everybody. Somebody probably saying, Pandit, what is saying? Sorry, my dear friends who is listening on the live, that is true. On the 12th day, Ganesh Puja must be done and the name will be given to the child. Today you're announcing name of the child before the child even born. So devotees and friends, they gave to him on that Nam Samskar day the name Kamanta. And he says, during your young age, as you're growing up now, they got you married to a very beautiful girl by the name of Kudum Bini. And you all were very, very happy. You all were very, very, very happy until such time as this happened. Let us listen. Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganapati, Jai 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 Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai
Ganapati Jai.
Oh Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganesh, Jai
Ganapati Jai.
Jai Jai Ganapati, Jai Ganapati.
Jai Ganesh Jai. Ganapati Jai.
Om Jai Sri Ganesh Jai Jai Bhagwan, Jai Sri Ganesh Jai Jai Bhagwan. महर्षि ने कहा तुम पूर्वा जन्म में एक धनवान वैश्या के लड़के पुत्र थे जय श्री गणेश वहाँ वैश्याम भिक्षा छाल के निकट का हर नाम का ग्राम में निवास करता था जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान तुम्हारा लालन पान बरे लधेचवा से हुआ उन्होंने तुम्हारा विवाह एक अनंता सुंदरी जय श्री गणेश जय जय भगवान किंतु माता पिता भी धर भीमिका थे इसलिए उनके समाते तुम्हारी अक्षर ढांकता ढबी रही जय जय श्री गणेश जय भगवान जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति
जय जय गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय 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 गणपति जय गणपति जय गणेश जय गणपति जय।
So my dear friends, this son, and remember now we are talking about the past life of Somakanta, and here he was known as Kamanta. When he got married, he was very happy. He had 7 sons and 5 daughters. Nice number, Amrit. 7 sons and 5 daughters. And they were still living very, very happy. But what followed? Father died, and soon after, mother died. And when father died and mother died, the son feel now that there's boss and they could do anything they want. But if you feel that you're boss, then you must act responsible. So, my dear friends, there was no one to supervise Kamanta. So, the first thing he started to do, he started to take a little drink. In those days, he didn't have beer, you know. But the first thing our boys and girls, I can't say boys alone now, because I'll be really out of place. Boys and girls now, the first thing they do when they get a little freedom, they want to drink a beer. In those days, my dear friends, they had all that little tequila and all of that. Whatever they used to make, the alcohol which used to get them drunk. So he started with a little one, my dear friends. And then, my dear friends, what happened? No one to supervise him. Poor wife home, 7 sons and 5 daughters to take care of. So he started to look for other ladies outside now. And started to enjoy himself outside. Devotees and friends, it was then just as now. The ladies outside would not take button, and the wife whom you will give she the gold. The wife home will have to settle with the button, and the lady outside will get the gold. Meaning, my dear friends, you will spend your resources with the lady on the outside, and this is when your mind flip. All those whose mind flip, you will know what I'm saying is true. And those whose mind didn't flip, look at somebody whose mind flip and ask them if it's not true. Ravi? Devotees and friends. So what will eventually happen? He drinking, he liming, and he gambling too. The same set of vices we have here in our country today. Drinking, liming, and gambling. Well, I know my young boys of Dharam Kiavaj have not tried the beer yet. If I catch them with it, I'll deal with them. Oh, we start already, boys and girls. Don't answer me, or you'll get in trouble. Answer me when is I alone there. Prem Sibule Srinam Chandra Bhagwan Ki. So, my dear friends, he lost all his money. And the merchant of those days, my dear friends, they call them the banyas. They used to gather good money, good gold. My boy never worked after that, and he spent out every cent. Where is this poor wife now going to get money to feed 7 boys and 5 girls? Where? Thank God her parents were still alive. And her parents took her and the 7 boys and 5 girls. It took the 7 boys and 5 girls and their daughter. And they keep minding them. While, my dear friends, Kamanta did not give up his bad habit. He continued until he ended up thieving. He started to rob people as they passed by, just to satisfy his desires of women, wine, and gambling. young boys today who are in school, who have a small little job, do not get a girlfriend who would want $1,000,000 gift. Because then you will have to hang your heart where you can't reach it. And when you fall, you will see what will happen in a short while. My dear friends, one day this little Brahmin boy was passing, and he was ready to kill the Brahmin boy to take a young boy. And the boy put his hands together and he begged him. He said, listen. He says, I had a wife and we had no children and she died. So I newly remarried, but yet still I have no children. So I have no children, so I have nobody to do my sharkaram. So spare me, please. My dear friends, his greed and everything else, there was no discrimination. He killed the Brahmin boy too. And so, devotees and friends, he had the price of killing a Brahmin to pay for. After a while, when there was nothing and nowhere else to go, you then think about your wife. See, when did you think about it, Amrit? When everything gone, then you think about the wife. But he have killed so many people that the king now were looking for him. So when he sent a message for his wife where he is, they could not come because they said they were very much afraid if they went where he was, then my dear friends, the king too would have charged them. So aiding and abetting the wrongdoers, my dear friends, you have a price, the same price to pay to as the wrongdoer. Prem se Bole Shri Ramchandra Bhagavan ki jai. Devotees and friends, so they turned them down. They said they cannot come because they are afraid of the king. And then one day, my dear friends, a Brahmin passed by. My boys start to now think back in. So he starts now, my dear friends, there is a word for it. I can't remember the word now. But he starts, my dear friends, looking atonement. He's now atoning himself, meaning correcting himself. So he give the Brahmin a little bit of clothes and so on, and all that he thief now. He had a good few little thing where he thief, good bit of gold and so on. So he tell the Brahmin now, because he fed up with the life. But this time nearly everything gone. So he tell them to send and let all the other Brahmins come. He will give them gifts of gold. When the other Brahmins came and they saw him, they knew who he was. So they told to him, I am not going to accept those gifts from you which you have received through thieving from others. Today, my dear friends, I don't hope nobody here in Dharam Ki Awaj do that, and nobody listening to me will do that. Today, my dear friends, you get the thing on the outside and it's cheap, and you buy it. But if you get it on the outside and it's cheap, what is it? You don't believe that person thief it and he's selling it for you to make a fast money? When the police catch you, and is you they go lock up with it? Yes. So it's the same thing, my friends. The Brahmins here are teaching us, do not accept stolen commodities. So they did not accept it. But they told to him, if you want to have atonement or to correct yourself, there is a Ganesh mandir, very much run down. Go now and renovate that mandir. And you start doing your devotion. He didn't just go and renovate the mandir. I want everybody to remember that. He went, he renovated the mandir, and every day he started to pray to Ganapati Day until he became in that state of atonement. And then Ganesh Bhagwan came to him when he died. And Yamraj came too. And Yamraj told to the Devas, say, you can't get him, his life is more wicked than anything else. How are you going to take him? And then they came to an arrangement that yes, he have done good and he have done some bad. And so, my dear friends, you were given the choice in heaven and you decided to accept the rewards of your good doings first. And as soon as your rewards of the good doings came, finish, now you're paying the price. To help you out of this disease, O Somkant, you have to now continue your devotion to Lord Vinayaka. Prem se bole Sri Ganesha Bhagwan ki Jai. You have to continue your devotion to Vinayaka. So my dear friends, this evening, I want you, all young boys, young girls, middle age, 50, 60, all you go and misbehave out there. Where's the sense of telling all you behave and behave and behave? You won't kill a Brahmin. But let me tell to you, which is my dear friends, and this is very serious, our scriptures tell us this, This is not Pandit Vishnu telling you this because I want you to stop it. The sin which can be compared to that of killing a Brahmin, which is the worst sin, is when you ill speak somebody else. So all you continue ill speaking people. Don't stop. I go see all you on the next side, and I go tell all the same thing now. If you want atonement, go and pray to Vinayaka, just like how I'm telling all you today. Children, when you come home and your mother and father ask you where all you come from, man, give them good and proper. I go see all you on the next side and I go tell all you when all you find in trouble, this is what all you was doing. I go recall the past life, when you come home and you give them pressure because you want them to stay quiet. They must afraid you. So I don't want all you give me pressure too. I go be on the next side waiting for you to remind all you. Prem se bole Shri Ram Chandra Bhagavan ki Jai. All you could blame the Guru and say the Guru is this and the Guru is that and the Guru is the other. All this Guru does is tell all you the truth. If all you don't want to be like this, then start your atonement now as of this moment. Surrender yourself to God. And who is your God you have to surrender to? Matri Devo Bhava, Pitri Devo Bhava. First God you have to surrender yourself to is your mother and your father. Guru Devo Bhava, then your Guru. Atithi Devo Bhava. And then your guest. And my dear friends, remember there is a wonderful verse which states, Binu satasanga viveka na hoi rama kripana sulabana soi. That you can only get all the rewards of life from being in satsang. But you can only be in satsang when the Lord bless you to be in satsang. Otherwise you will always have to be hiding for your wrongdoings. Prem se bole Shri Ram, and I don't want you children to reach there. So children, Kandika, Anushka, I don't ask all you because I don't say, I go wait for all you on the next side and I go tell all your children this is what all you doing. But your mother cannot understand what I just do, so she just asks all you. Do not give the lady any mouth to mouth. All you don't do it, but don't make that mistake. Tell she very nicely where all you was. Take all your phone now and call. Dylan, Nikhil, Kuzi, Ash. You think all this bad behavior we behaving now, we have to pay for it? Every action have its reaction. So children of God, all they could either behave good or they could behave bad. All they choose. I tell all the reward to come. Prem Sabarishinam Chandra Bhagavan ki. Omal will sing us a bhajan while we prepare for the puja. Alright, so Dylan, you coming up on top this stage. You and the family. Mother, father. Ravi, you going down there? Alright. Those who are preparing and waiting, within the less than 5 minutes, song should be 4 or 5 minutes, we'll be ready to start our puja. Come on this side, I know what it is. Look, you have a puja right in front there. Huh? You have a puja right in front.
गणपति बापा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया गणपति बापा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया सिद्धि विनायक मोरिया गिरजानंदन मोरिया सिद्धि विनायक मोरिया गिरजानंदन मोरिया गणपति बापा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया गणपति बापा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया एक दंत जय मोरिया गौरी सुत जय मोरिया एक दंत जय मोरिया गौरी सुत जय मोरिया जय लंबोदर मोरिया भक्त देव जय मोरिया जय लंबोदर मोरिया भक्त देव जय मोरिया गणपति बापा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया गणपति बापा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया विघ्न विनाशक मोरिया जय भूमेश्वर मोरिया विघ्न विनाशक मोरिया जय भूमेश्वर मोरिया गजानना जय मोरिया विद्यावारधि मोरिया गजानना जय मोरिया विद्यावारधि मोरिया गणपति बापा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया गणपति बापा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया सिद्धि विनायक मोरिया गिरजानंदन मोरिया सिद्धि विनायक मोरिया गिरजानंदन मोरिया गणपति बापा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया गणपति बापा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया गणपति बापा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया
Ganesh Bhagwan ki jai. So devotees and friends, at this time we're about to commence our puja. Those who are home, you would see that probably you'd see two kalsas in our two bedis. But if you have one kalsa, you will do that kalsa there and you will install the coconut on the side on your bedi for Prabhu Shri Ram. But for you to be able to see properly what we're doing here, we initiate two kalsa. So my dear friends at home and here in the Yajna Shala, both Ans and his family, and Ravi and his dulhin. Sprinkle water now, right around. Om Gange Che Yamuna Che Godavari Saraswati Tani Sarvati Tani Sri Jalpatre Sindhi Kuru Hari Om Tat Sat Prem Sabale Sri Ganesh Bhagwan Ki Jai. All rinse one another hand there now and take a little sip of the water. Om Gange Che Yamuna Che Godavari Saraswati Tani Sarvati Tani Sri Jalpatre Sindhi Kuru Hari Om Tat Sat Om Gange Che Yamuna Che Godavari Saraswati Tani Sarvati Tani Jalpatri Sindhi Kuru Amrito Pastra Namasi Swaha Amrita Pidha Namasi Swaha Hari Om Tat Sat Prem Sabale Shri Ram Chandra Bhagavan Ki Jai. Dylan, you could come on the side of your sister, yes, sir. What you quite in the back. Right. Amrito Pastra Namasi Swaha Amrita Pidha Namasi Swaha Satyam Yashaha Srihi May Shri Shaitam Swaha. Everybody now take flowers. One person, well, you have pan leaf here, but those who didn't put down your pan leaf as yet, take a pan leaf and flowers in your hands as we now make invocation. Take flowers, each person, and let us all pray. Hari Om Sri Ganeshaya Namah. Om Haring Aing Haring Saraswatiye Namah. Om Sri Guru Charan Kamlebhyo Namo Namah. Om Swastin Indro Briha Sarva Swastin Pusha Vishvidam Swastin Astrisho Rishtanimi Swastin O Brihaspati Daratum Om Paya Prithvi Yang Paya Oshadhai Supayo Divyantarikshim Payodhya Payasvati Pradishta Santumahayam Om Vishnurtang Asi Vishnu Snyatre Satyo Vishnu Suryasi Vishnu Dhyaurasi Vishnuvang Asi Vishnuvitvam Om Agni Devata Vyatu Devata Suryo Devata Chandrama Devata Vyasavo Devata Rudro Devata Aryo Devata Marto Devata Vishwe Deva Devata Brihaspati Devata Om Dhyau Shanti Antarikshagvam Shanti Prithvi Shanti Rapho Shanti Oshadhe Shanti Bhanaspatiye Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Sama Shanti Ridhi Om Nana Ratna Samayuktam Karata Swara Vibhushanam Asanam Deva Devasya Pratyarta Pratigrihitvam Bhurasi Bhumiyasya Dhiryasya Vishwasya Bhuvamasya Dharti Om Prithvi Myaksha Prithvi Sagam Soi Prithvi Mata Ki Jai. Offer it in front of the main kalsa, your flowers, one of the kalsa, put it there. Om Nana Ratna Samayuktam Karata Swara Vibhushanam Asanang Deva Devasya Pratyarta Pratigrihitvam Prem Sabale Shri Ram Chandra Bhagavan Ki. So devotees and friends, those who have two kalsa, you will offer water in the two kalsa, but as I said, you are initiating really one kalsa. So offer water into the kalsa now. Om Gange Che Yamuna Che Godavari Saraswati Tani Sarvati Tani Jalpatre Sindhi Kuru Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Gange Che Yamuna Che Godavari Saraswati Tani Sarvati Tani Sri Jalpatri Sindhi Kuru Kalash Devata Ki Jai. Saffron one time inside the kalsa, 5 places outside. Om Haridra Sarva Varnabha Sarvya Sobhagya Dhayani Sarvalankar Mukyami Sri Devi Twang Pratigrihitvam Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Haridra Sarva Varnabha Sarvya Sobhagya Dhayani Sarvalankar Mukyami Devi Twang Sri Devi Twang Pratigrihitvam Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Haridra Sarva Varnabha Sarvya Sobhagya Dhayani Sarvalankar Mukyami Devi Twang Pratigrihitvam. Now you take a sindur and you offer the same way. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Sindhurang Saubharam Raktam Sobhagya Priyavardhanang Sukadhang Mokshadhang Cheva Sindhurang Sri Sindhurang Pratigrihitvam. Om Urit Aruna Sankasham Kusum Sani Bhan Imanchal Sri Sindhurang Pratigrihitvam. Urit Aruna Sankasham Kusum Sani Bhan Imanchal Sri Sindhurang Pratigrihitvam. Hari Om Tat Sat. Urit Aruna Sankasham Kusum Sani Bhani Manchal Sri Sindhurang Sindhurang Pratigrihitwang Hari Om Tat Sat. Now you take Chandan and you offer the same way. Om Sri Kanda Chandanang Divyam Gandharyam Sumanoharam Vile Pranam Suri Sritra Chandanang Pratigrihitvam Om Sri Kanda Chandanang Divyam Gandharyam Sumanoharam Vile Pranam Suri Sritra Chandanang Pratigrihitvam Hari Om Tat Sat Prem Sabale Sri Kalsha Devata Ki Jai. Now take Raksha and tie around the neck of the Kalsa. Hari Om Namabhistam Tuvime Yuktam Triguna Devata Upapavityang Maya Dritani Grihan Parameshwara. Hari Om Tat Sat Om Namabhistam Tuvime Yuktam Triguna Devata Upapavityang Maya Dritani Grihan Parameshwara. Prem Savale Sri Kalasha Devata Ki Jai. If you have one coin, put one coin inside. If you are two kalsa, put two coins. Om Naka Palva Supalva Mauli Bhi Vandita Grihani Yugala Prabhu Hare Dhakshingani Pari Grihani Madhava Sri Dhakshina Sri Pati Pati. If you have a supari now, take the supari and put inside. Om Tat Sat Hari Om Tat Sat Pungi Pulang Mahadivyam Nagdaval Ilaya Chunai Shugandi Tambulang Pratigrihitwang Hari Om Tat Sat. Flowers. Om Malika Dhi Shugandhini Malay Neva Prabhu Maya Hirtani Puja Yartang Pushpani Pratigrihitwang Hari Om Tat Sat perfume. Om Ghanna Ghanna Grihana Devasyam Deva Deva Dhayanidhi Tvam Eva Jagatang Natas Tvam Eva Jagatang Prabhu Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Ghanna Ghanna Grihana Devasyam Deva Deva Dhayanidhi Tvam Eva Jagatang Natas Tvam Eva Jagatang Prabhu. Take your mango stem now with the 5 leaves and so turn the water inside of the kalsa. You could turn in one hand. You have to use 2 hands. Om Varunasya Oshadham Bhayam Asivaha Ashtate Vo Nishadham Purnovo Sri Kalasha Devata Ki Jai. Put the next one in the next kalsa too. Now, my dear friends, you take your coconut for Ganesh Bhagwan first into your hands now. Pray to Sri Ganesh Ji, whatever wish, desire you have now, keep it in your mind. Om Samukascha Ekadantascha Kapilogaj Karnaka Lambodarasa Chavikto Viganasho Ganadipati Namaha. Om Dhumraketu Ganayaksho Balachandro Gajyanaham Dvadeshtaninamami Yatsrinu Dayapim Vidyarambe Vivahe Cha Pravishe Nirgame Tatham Sangrami Sankate Chay Eva Vignam Tasyana Jayate. Om Sri Ganesha Bhagwan Ki Jai. Offer it on top the kalsa. First one for Ganesh. Take a raksha in a circle and place it on top that coconut. Om Namabhistam Tubimi. Yeah, go ahead. Namabhistam Tubimi Yuktam Triguna Devatam Upapavityang Maya Dritani Grihan Parameshwara Hari Om Tat Sat. Take a flowers and put in front of your Ganesh Murti. So the coconut represents the own manifested form of Sri Ganesh and the Murti itself represents the manifested form. Now you take your second coconut for Hanumanji. And you pray now to Hanumanji in your own words. Mangalamurati Maruta Nandanang Sakala Mangalamula Nikandanang Pavanatanaya Santana Hitakare Hirdim Virajataya Vidha Biharim Matu Pita Guru Ganapati Sharada Shivam Sanamukho Sukhananda Radham चरण बंदे बिना भाव सभा कहूँ, देव राम पधानिवाहू। ओम अंजनी गर्भासन मुखो, वायुपुत्रो महाबोम, कुमारो ब्रह्मचारी चाम, हनुमान में प्रसिद्ध में। ओम नाना रत्ना समायुक्तं, करतस्वार विभूषणं, आसनं देवदेवस्यं, प्रत्यर्ति प्रतिगृहीत्वम्। Om Sri Pawana Putra Hanuman ki jai. Those who have a kalsa for it, place it on your kalsa. Those who don't, just put it on a pan leaf on your bedi. Take a raksha also and put it on your coconut now too. Om Namabhistam Tuvime Yuktam Trigunadevatam, Upapavityang Mayadritani Grihan Parameshwaraham, Pawana Putra Hanuman ki jai. If you have a murti of Hanumanji, place the flowers at his feet now too. Take one pan leaf and flowers, my dear friends, as we now pray to Gauri Mata. Asking everybody else to take flowers in your hands. Now we pray and we ask of the Lord, let us always be happy and let us always be peaceful. Hari Om Sarvamangale Mangale, Shive Sarvayarth Shadhike, Sharanye Trayambike, Gauri Narayani Namostute. Nana Ratna Samayuktam, Karataswara Vibhushanam, Asanam Deva Devasyam, Pratyarti Pratigrihitvam. Om Sri Gauri Mata ki jai. Offer it on your bedi now, the pan leaf and the flowers. Everybody pass your flowers. Take another flowers and pan leaf now into your hands. One person with the pan leaf, the rest with flowers. As we pray now to the Navgraha Devatas, and we ask of the Navgraha Devatas to take their seat into our puja, keeping us away from all accidents, calamities, disasters, troubles and difficult moments, we pray. Om Brahma Murari Tripurantakari, Bhanoshase Bhumishtum, Buddhascha Guruscham, Shukrishani Rahu Ketum, Sarvhograha Shanti Bhavantum. Om Nana Ratna Samayuktam, Kartaswara Vibhushanam, Asanam Deva Devasyam, Pratyarti Pratigrihitvam. Principally Sri Navagraha Devata ki jai. Take another pan leaf and flowers into your hands. One person with pan leaf, the rest with the flowers. As we now pray to the Divine Guru and ask of the Guru to take his seat into our puja. Om Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaram, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Nagendrahara Trilochanayam, Bhashmangragaya Maheshwarayam, Namo Narayanaye Namo Namaham, Jagat Guru Devataye Namo Namaham. Nana Ratna Samayuktam, Karataswara Vibhushanam, Asanam Deva Devasyam, Pratyarti Pratigrihitvam. Guru Devata ki jai. Offer your pan leaf on the bedi and sow your flowers. Take one more pan leaf again, my dear friends. But before you take the flowers, just light the parai, the deer on the parai. Om Siddhi Buddhi Prade Devi Bhukti Mukti Pradayanim Mantramurte sada devim Mahalakshmi namostute Siddhe buddhe prade devim Bhukti mukti pradayanim Mantramurte sada devim Mahalakshmi namostute. You all pray to Lakshmi Mata now again. Om Sarva Jaye Sarva Varade Sarva Dushta Bhayam Karim Sarva Dukha Hari Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute. Offer in front of Lakshmi. Delight. Om Nana Ratna Samayuktam Karata Swara Vibhushanam Asanam Deva Devasyam Pratyarti Pratigrihitvam. Prem se bole Sri Shiva Bhagwan ki Jai. So devotees and friends, you take water now. Put the bay leaf together. We pray to Lord Shiva yet? No, take one pan leaf and flowers with a bay leaf. As we now pray to Bhagwan Shiva, asking of him for that absolute knowledge. Om Nagendraharam Trilochanayam Bhashmangragaya Maheshwarayam Nityaya Shudaya Digam Marayam Tasmai Nakarayam Namaha Shivayam Nanaratna Samayuktam Karataswara Vibhushanam Asanam Deva Devasyam Pratyarti Pratigrihitvam. Om Sri Shiva Bhagwan ki Jai. Place it on your bedi. Shiva Bhagwan ki Jai. Now take water, and then each one of your coconut, the one for Ganesh Bhagwan and the one for Hanumanji, you'll offer 3 times, and then 1 time to the other places. Om Gange che Yamuna che Gudavarim Saraswati tani sarvate tanim Sri Jalpatre Sindhi Kurum. Gange che Yamuna che Gudavarim Saraswati tani sarvati tani Sri Jalpatre Sindhi Kurum. Prem se bole Sri Ganesh Bhagwan ki Jai. Pavan Putra Hanuman ki Jai. Now you take saffron 3 times on the coconut, and then one time on the other places. Om Haridra Sarva Varnabham Sarvya Sobhagya Dhayanim Sarvalankara Mukyami Devi Tvam Pratigrihitvam. Om Haridra Sarva Varnabham Sarvya Sobhagya Dhayanim Sarvalankara Mukyami Devi Tvam Pratigrihitvam. Now you take sindur and you offer in the different places. Om Sindurang Saubharam Raktam Sobhagya Priyavardhanam Sukadhang Mokshadhang Chevam Sri Sindurang Sindurang Pratigrihitvam. Ure Taruna Sankasham Kusum Sanibhan Imanchal Sri Sindurang Sindurang Pratigrihitvam. After the sindur, friends, you will now take chandan. Sindurang Pratigrihitvam. Om Sri Kanda Chandanang Divyam Gandharyam Sumanoharam Vilepranam Suri Sritram Chandanang Pratigrihitvam. Om Sri Kanda Chandanang Divyam Gandharyam Sumanoharam Vilepranam Suresritram Chandanang Pratigrehitvam Om Sri Kanda Chandanang Divyam Gandharyam Sumanoharam Vilepranam Suresritram Chandanang Pratigrehitvam. Principally Ram Chandra. If you have bay leaf now for everybody, you offer a little bay leaf right through. Om Belapatra Adhijay Kumaldhi Subhay Sri Belapatra Pratigrehitvam. Om Belapatra Adhijay Kumaldhi Subhay Sri Belapatra Pratigrehitvam. Om Belapatra Adhijay Kumaldhi Subhay Sri Belapatra Pratigrehitvam. Om Belapatra Adhijay Kumaldhe Subhay Sri Belapatra Pratigrehitvam. Prem Sabali Pawan Putra Hanuman ki Jai, Ganesh Bhagwan ki. If you have extra doobgrass now, put one strong right through. Om Kannat Kannat Prayohantim Purusha Purusha Sparim Evano Sri Durbe Pratigrehitvam. Om Kannat Kannat Prayohantim Purusha Purusha Sparim Evano Sri Durbe Pratigrehitvam. Om Kannat Kannat Prayohantim Purusha Purusha Sparim Evano Sri Durbe Pratigrehitvam. Flowers right through now. Om Malikadheshu Gandhenim Male Neva Prabhum Maya Hirtani Pujayartam Sri Pushpani Pratigrehitvam. Om Malikadheshu Gandhenim Male Neva Prabhum Maya Hirtani Pujayartam Sri Pushpani Pratigrehitvam. Perfume. Om Ghanna Ghanna Grihana Devasyam Deva Deva Dhayanidhim Tvam Eva Jagatang Natas Tvam Eva Jagatang Prabhum. Hari Om Tat Sat. Prem Sabale Sri Ganesha Bhagwan ki Jai. Arti. Take your para and do Arti. Om Yani Kani Chapapani Janmayarta Kritani Chain Tani Tani Vinashayantim Sri Pradakshina Pade Padim. Om Yani Kani Chapapani Janmayarta Kritani Chain Tani Tani Vinashayantim Pradakshina Pade Padim. Prem Sabale Ganesha Bhagwan ki Jai. Pawan Putra Hanuman ki Jai. Both families now will come in front of Ganesh Bhagwan. Take your doobgrass and your laddu. You could leave the laddu there yet, Denise. Alright. Yeah, space. Put. Everybody hold your doobgrass there now, both families. Om Kandat Kandat Prayohantim Purusha Purusha Sparim Evano Sri Durbe Pratigrehitvam. Hari Om Tat Sat. Ganesha Bhagwan ki Jai. Offer now. Make 21 offerings there. Om Gam Ganapati Namah Swaham. 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 Om Gam Ganapatiye 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 Namah Swaha. Ganesha Bhagwan ki jai. Take your laddu in your hands now and pray. Hari Om Tvariyam Vastu Govindam Tumiyam Yeva Samarprahit Grihana Sanmukho Bhutva Prasidha Purushottamam Om Brahmarpanam Brahma Havet Brahm Gunu Brahmutam Brahm Eva Ghantavyam Brahm Karma Samadhinam. Hari Om Sri Ganesh Bhagwan ki jai. Touch it there, carry it to the forehead, and now make 21 offerings there. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namah Swaham. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namah Swaham. Gam Ganapatiye Namah Swaham. I want to hear everybody. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namah Swaham. Om Gam. Everybody please. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namah Swaham. 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 Om Gam Ganapatiye Namah Swaha. It's for everybody to chant, please. Gam Ganapatiye Namah Swaham. Om 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 Gam Ganapatiye Namah Swaham. Take water, circle here. Om Mandakini Astu Yarvari Sarva Papaharam Divyam Tatidam Kali Pratam Samyajam Achmanyam Twang Twayam. Prem Sabale Sri again Devata Ki Jai. Now while you go straight in front of Hanumanji with your root, so children of God, you have already done your puja to Hanumanji on the coconut. We now offer the prasad there. Those who have prasad and son soon after, I will come down and I will help you out. And we'll see. I think it's getting a little bit late for Pandit Jai, but we will work it out some way. I'll get in front of Hanumanji. Everybody, touch. Om Tvariyam Vastu Govindam Tumiyam Eva Samarprahit Grihana Sanmukho Bhutva Prasidha Purushottamaham Brahmarpanam Brahma Havet Brahm Gunu Brahmutam Brahm Eva Ghantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhinam. Hari Om Tat Sat. Prem Sabale Pavana Putra Hanuman ki. My dear friends, put 1 1/4 root now in front of Hanumanji. Om Pavanaputra Hanuman ki jai. Brahmarpanam Brahma Havet Brahm Gunu Brahmutam Brahm Eva Ghantavyam Brahm Karma Samadhina. Take water, circle fire 3 times. Circle around your prasad 3 times. Om Mandakini Astu Yarvari Sarva Papaharam Divyam Tatidam Kali Pratam Samyajam Achmanyam Twang Twayam. Pavanaputra Hanuman ki. All you do arti there now and just go straight down by the Havan Kund. They will put them on after. Om yani kani cha papani janmayurte kritani cheng tani tani vinashayanti Sri Pradakshina Pade Padim. Pavana Putra Hanuman ki Jai. Dong Mari Hawan. All right, light up the Havan there now. Om Bhur Bhuvaswa, Om Bhur Bhuvaswa, Dhariva Bhumana Prithvi Bhavanimna, Tasti Yasta Prithvi Devaya Jani, Pratishtaya Gani Anadhamana Dadaya Dadhim, Om Sri Agandevata Ki Jai. Om Ayantirmayatma Jatavedase Nidyaswa Vardyaswam Chedavardaya Chasman Praja Prashubhi Brahma Varjase Anadhena Samidhaya Swaham. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namah 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 Swaham. Om Sri Hanumantaye Namah Swaham. Om Shri 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 Hanumantaye Namah Swaham. Om Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaham. Om Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaham. Om Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaha. Achman. Om Mandakini Astu Yarvari Sarvapapuram Divyam Tatidam Kale Pratam Samyajam Achmanyam Tuntvayam. Prem Sabale Sri Ganesh Bhagwan Ki Jai. Find the different directions. Om Uddha Buddha Swagani Prati Jagrahi Tvamishta Purati Samsrijaitamayam Cham Asmin Sadhasmin Ariyutadhasmin Vishwai Deva Yajmanai Chaisi Jatam Again Devata Ki Jai. Come on this side now, please. All please stand. You go light it just now. Take the coconuts in the hands, please. First of all, you all pray now to Sri Ganesh Ji, whatever wish, desire you have now. Om Samukascha Ekadantascha Kapilogaj Karnakam Lambodarasa Chavikto Viganasho Ganadepati Namaham Om Dhumraketu Ganayak Shobala Chandro Gajyanaham Dwadeshatani Namami Yatsrinudayapim Vidyarambe Vivahecham Pravishi Nirgami Tatham Sangrame Sankate Chay Evam Vignamatasya Jayatim. Now pray to Hanumanji. Om Mangalamurati Maruta Nandanam Sakala Mangalamula Nikandan Pavanatanaya Santana Hitakari Hirdim Virajataya Vidha Biharim Matu Pita Guru Ganapati Sharada Shivam Sanmukho Sukhananda Radham चरण बंदे बिना भाव सभा कहूँ देव राम पधानी बाहुम ओम अंजनी गर्भासन मुखो वायुपुत्रो महाबौम कुमारो ब्रह्मचारी च हनुमान मी प्रसिद्ध में ओम श्री पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय. So now you go crack your coconut. Some will do arti to Ganesh and some will be to Hanuman. Those at home, you light your diyas first and then crack your coconut and do your arati. We here, we are doing it a little different because we have to send home people to reach on time for 9 o'clock and we have some people from out of the community. So we have to send them home by 7:45. They must be leaving here. I do not make joke with that one. Prem Sabale Sri Ganesha Bhagwan ki jai. Om Ekadantaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Dhanti Prachodayat. Swaha. Ganesha Bhagwan ki jai. Next for Ganesh. Om Ganesha Bhagwan ki jai. Anjani Garbhasan Mukho Vayu Putro Mahabal Kumaro Brahmachari Cha Hanuman me Prasiddha me Pavan Putra Hanuman ki jai. Crack Hanuman ji now. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva. Mata Tero Parvati Pita Mahadeva. Mata Tero Parvati Pita Mahadeva. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva. Mata Tero Parvati Pita Mahadeva. Mata Tero Parvati Pita Mahadeva. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva. Mata Tero Parvati Pita Mahadeva. Mata Tero Parvati Pita Mahadeva. लधुवन का भोग लागे संत कर सेवा. जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा.
जय गणेश, जय गणेश,
जय गणेश देवा. माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेव. माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेव.
जय गणेश, जय गणेश, जय गणेश देवा. माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेव. माता तेरो पार्वती पिता महादेव.
गम गणपति नमो नमः. सिद्धि विनायक
नमो नमः. अष्टविनायक नमो नमः. गणपति बाप्पा मोरया. गं गणपतये नमो नमः. सिद्धि विनायक नमो नमः. अष्टविनायक नमो नमः. गणपति बाप्पा मोरया. नमो नमः गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया ॐ गं गणपतये नमो नमः सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया ॐ गं गणपतये नमो नमः सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया विनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया ॐ गं गणपतये नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया ॐ गं गणपतये नमो नमः सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया ॐ गं गणपतये नमो नमः सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया ॐ गं गणपतये नमो नमः सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरि ॐ गं गणपतये नमो नमः सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरिया गं गणपतये नमो नमः सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया ॐ गं गणपतये नमो नमः सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया ॐ गं गणपतये नमो नमः सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरिया ॐ गं गणपतये नमो नमः सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरिया ॐ गं गणपतये नमो नमः सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाबा मोरिया ॐ गं गणपतये नमो नमः सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः अष्टविनायक नमो नमः गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया मोरिया रे बाप्पा मोरिया रे 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 मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया रे बाप्पा 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 मोरिया रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया रे बाप्पा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बाप्पा मोरिया रे गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया बाप्पा बाप्पा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया बाप्पा बाप्पा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया 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 रे बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे
बाबा मोरिया रे
मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया रे बाबा 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 मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे गौरी गणेश उमा महेश पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश गौरी गणेश उमा महेश पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश शरणम 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 गणेश शिवनंदन गणपति गणेश शिवनंदन गणपति गणेश शिवनंदन गणपति गणेश शिवनंदन
गणपति गणेश
गौरी गणेश उमा महेश पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश
गौरी गणेश उमा महेश पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश
शरणम गणेश शरणम गणेश शरणम गणेश शरणम गणेश शरणम गणेश शरणम गणेश शरणम गणेश शरणम गणेश शिवनंदन गणपति गणेश शिवनंदन
गणपति गणेश
मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया रे बाबा 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 मोरिया रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया रे बाबा 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 मोरिया रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया रे बाबा 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 मोरिया रे गणपति बाबा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया गणपति बाबा मोरिया मंगल मूर्ति मोरिया मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे बाबा मोरिया रे मोरिया रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया 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 रे मोरिया रे बाबा 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 मोरिया रे
गणेश भगवान की जय. Let us all pray. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityoramaya Mritam Gamaya. Om Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Cha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवम् ॐ शांति 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 हरि ओम। पवन पुत्र हनुमान की, गणेश भगवान की, सनातन धर्म की, ओम श्री गुरुदेवता की जय जय सीताराम। All please have your seat. Arti will come to you, Prasad will come to you, and so you will have your refreshments. Those who have your offerings will come up. I'm coming down here. I think Pandit Jai will be ready to go, so,